Good evening, my fellow hooligans and ghouls. How are we this divine evening? So, some things. We are not doing a camera stream tonight because this one has some special agendas. So, we are making some art that you cannot see. 1 second. See my critter. See it. It does not wish to see the critter. There it is. Bam. It is gorgeous. So, take off my unnecessary headphones. It is Guy. He has arrived. Excellent. Excellent indeed. So, we have this piece. It is the correct size for a YouTube banner. So that means we have the capability of doing animation. Well, not really animation. Animation is not the goal of this piece. Today we're just doing fun sketchy sketches. So let's see. Make sure my brush is working effectively. And then we're just kind of doing art. That's kind of all we're doing today. However, I need... Oh, no, that's not what it was. There we go. It's a new layer. She big. So, let's see. Alrighty. Click off, then we do that. Bring down the opacity, bring it down a layer. We're just gonna kind of do some perspective work. Very rudimentary, of course. Just to get some general... That's some wizardry. Just to kind of get some, like, scale stuff going. Because bodies are kind of hard. I'm actually going to start this over. So we got head, which might be slightly in scale. But because she's a little further away, we shrink. And also because she is child. Children are not known for having adult-sized heads. Let's see, this leaves will come out. Kind of have like the poofiness of this sweater. these shoes. Foreshortening's a bit difficult, but that's okay. We're making this work. We have a bit of a jaw. Ears, hair fluff. Okay, so then we kind of hide that. Zipper. Then let's see, I think kind of have like the moonlight there, so clean this up a bit. Yes. And then I am having some issues with kind of just conceptualizing the shape of her outfit. She's triangular in shape typically, so I actually would need to kind of like bring the shape out. And zipper. Make it poofy. It is pretty poofy. I also gotta make sure this leg is not looking broken. So I'll actually bring this foot down a wee bit. And that should hopefully fix some of this angle issue we have. She has the little shorts. And then we have just a lot of foreshortening in this leg. This is a conceptually hard piece for me. Because we're adding in a lot of foreshortening, we're adding in a lot of depth to it. Just kind of like shade in this leg a little bit. There. So I think this will kind of do it in terms of our sketch. So now we can kind of like start focusing on important things. Like actually drawing the piece. We'll do a quick save. Okay, so what I'm going to start with first is we're going to start with the sky. So I'm thinking, let's see, sunsets. So I think they just got back from this great adventure, and I want to do some sunset colors to really just kind of like get into this pieces. So I'm thinking something like this. And we can even kind of like stretch this out and use this as our template, because we look at our example. Actually, let's establish our horizon line first. So we're gonna go in with some green, a darker green, just to get started. So this is our horizon line. Get a neat brush. So that way we know where our horizon line is. I don't want to use this exact image for what I want to do, but I want to use it as kind of the basis for what we're doing. So like, what can we take away from this? It blends from a dark purple color into a soft blue with yellow and pinks. So we're going to take this kind of dark purple. We're just going to bring it in, because we also take a look at our sketch. I'm thinking our sunset's going to occur like over here, so this part will obviously be more of a rich orangey color, so I'm thinking we pull it that way. And then we take, so if we look at our example, we use dark, and we'll use some dark navy blues to really pull those colors in, and we just want to get a nice sharpness to that. Then let's see, I have a brush that's exactly meant for this. Elements. Rain, snow, fog, clouds. Okay, so we have this. So we're gonna make it smaller. That seems more good. And then we kind of want to lean into a dark purpley color. Get a bit bigger. So then as we come in closer, we're going to kind of push it to some more pink tones with that dark navy blue coloration. And then we'll kind of come in with some lighter pinks to pull that further. And then we'll come back to our purple, bring it closer. Then we'll kind of like darken up these background clouds a wee bit, not too much. Whoopsie. And we'll come back in a bit softer, really kind of like refine some cloud shapes. Because you know, clouds, they really like to have some sharp edges sometimes. I don't want to be afraid to dip past our horizon line since we're just going to kind of cover them up anyway. And then we come back in with like a lighter purple color. Actually, we want to kind of lean into a red. So we go with bigger color. We'll set it to a lower opacity, lower even. And we'll kind of use this as like our transition color to warm up those purples a little bit more. And then we'll kind of use it as like a way to soften our purples back to a warmer tone, especially as we get closer to the sun. Then we'll just kind of like do a little bit of this, and then we come back to that pink. And there we go. We got some neat clouds. So I'll actually pull this up. And then what we're going to do is on a new layer, we're going to take, we're going to here, grab this foreground color, and then we're just going to kind of add a we're going to add a box. And then we're going to lock the layer. Lock the layer. And we're going to take it, we're going to push into our blues. And really get some rich coloring. So we take that away. This is what we have so far. Now it's not much yet, but it's going to take a while. So next, we're going to come back into this, because I really like this brush. We're going to grab a new layer. We're going to darken these right up. And I'm not worried about it becoming too much, and we really want to push the darkness and then what I'm gonna do with my opacity, just gonna kind of darken up these ridges, this kind of blur this edge a little bit. Come back to mine, make our brush bigger, and then we're just gonna kind of like softly fade those out. Then we're gonna come back with this bush brush, make it bigger but make it softer. And then we're gonna come back in with a slightly brighter green. I'm gonna push that darkness a little bit more. So this will help to really blur that lining there, and then as we come forward, we'll kind of like, not bright enough, not a deep enough color. Actually, let's push this way. This is our foreground here. I'm going to push into a darker value a little bit. Then we're going to push more into a yellow tone. Too bright. So we're actually going to bring down our opacity a little bit and kind of like define the edges of this bush. And then we're going to come back in a little bit of a darker color. Then we're going to push darker still. And then we're going to keep gently pushing these bushes. So then we take this away. This is what we have so far. So now what I want to do is I'm going to come back to my favorite eraser, bring the opacity down, and then just oopsie. Slide this into the middle. Actually, what we can do is we go back to this floor brush, erase, and then we kind of use it as our means of like pulling out that. So we kind of lock this. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add a filter mask to it. Actually, I'd like to cut this into its own layer. Then we can add a filter mask to it. I'm going to push the hue into more of a little bit more into a cooler scope. While still giving it some darkness. Because it's sunset, things are starting to darken up, but we still kind of want them to have a warm, somewhat cooler hue. There we go. So we push the forest into the background. Go ahead and add a filter mask to this. And we'll also kind of bring it into a cooler and darker tone. Okay, I think I'm going to hue shift it again, but we're going to take it more yellow. Can I invert levels? Okay. Like that. Add filter mask. We're gonna color balance. Adjustment. We're gonna move it more yellowy tone and kind of darken it a little bit. Slide back a little bit. We don't want to lose those colors. Group. Quick group. No, we don't actually know. Add filter mask. Push it more yellow tones. Let's give it a. I actually want to darken those more, but we'll bring up that saturation. Because when you take away light, you kind of want to take in some of that saturation. Okay, so we have something so far. So I don't like how sharp this is, so I'm going to quickly group this. And then what I'm going to do... no, never mind. It's fine. So, and then I think what might end up helping is become... Let's actually move this up and this down. Oh no, I won't do that. So I think what I want to do, maybe bring the opacity of this down. No, that looks good. So I might keep coming in. Kind of blur this line out a bit more. With a smaller brush, we come in to kind of like work away that horizon line. I also kind of want to curve it in. Alright, we gotta start. Then we bring a new layer. Then we'll want to come to some of the grass. So, and then what we want to do is we kind of want the grass to be slightly brighter. So as you get further away, we want smaller bits of grass. So we're going to kind of use our grass to kind of like help transition out of these colors. So we're going to use more orange, some more yellowy tones. Transition away from here. But then as we kind of get closer, we push those greens a bit more. A bit brighter. We want more defined strokes till we can start moving. In so right now I'm just doing some pretty basic texturing. I'm not focusing too hard on what I'm drawing, because we're gonna come back in and eventually this stuff will just kind of get blurred into the backdrop. So right now this is just texture. Bring down the opacity. And I kind of want to come in with some darker colors. Dark colors. Darker still. Kind of want to block out those edges a bit. I just have some longer, distinct blades of grass here in the front to really push definition. Back to this brush. Alright. So this is kind of our backdrop. And that looks great. So now we're going to make a new layer. Group, quick group. And if we kind of just see, we now kind of have this really pretty foresty looking environment. So now we get into Fate's favorite part, character work. Alright, so I'm going to do my line work in a dark red. I feel like that's just gonna fit the vibes as we have it, and it'll make it look really nice. So we're gonna go ahead and start messing it up. For now, the idea is that I guess this would look kind of straight, and this take this, this. Okay, I have no idea how this brush works. So, that's why. I don't care. Okay, so that means I kind of want to redo this a little bit. There we go. Can I? There we go. That looks good. Little push, and just kind of go over the line again. Alright, so then from here, we come back. Delightful. And then we kind of follow. think the train is being very loud tonight, but I can't tell. There. Oh, it looks so good already. Bring the opacity down even more. And then we have circle time. So cute. So very cute.
Hello, hello.
Hello. How are you?
Pretty good, what about you?
Doing pretty good. I'm checking to see who joined call because I'm still learning poses. It is the gremlin herself. Alright, so do you have stream pulled up?
Pulling it up right now. I literally just got home.
Alright, we love to hear it. So I'm gonna turn my music down for...
There we go.
So I have to turn this up, but also turn the music down. That should do.
Oh, hey, boss man.
So I'll actually have to turn you down.
Oh.
I have to balance being able to hear you, but also allowing stream to not die.
Fair enough.
Because there's big variables in audio quality. So I'm gonna rely on Guy to let me know who's too loud, who's too soft, and what needs to be changed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cat Wagon is so much fun to draw.
Wait, who?
Cat Wagon.
Oh, Cat Wagon. Yeah.
Yeah.
I showed one of my classmates Cat Wagon and they really liked them.
Love to hear it.
Yeah, they got the bus vibes. The cat bus vibes. From Ghibli.
Yay. I love hearing that the inspiration is coming through.
Yeah.
But they're still different enough. Because Cat Bus didn't really have that much in terms of like personality.
It was just there.
Yeah, it was there to serve the main character, but here Cat Wagon actually serves the personality part as well.
Mm-hmm.
But also serving the function of it. He cute.
Yeah.
That's his big service. He is. If we don't have a community that's rallying just for Cat Wagon, I will be sad, and we would have failed. I'm using some tricky tricks to basically cheat drawing this wagon wheel.
I can see that.
Just drawing wagon wheels sucks. So we'll take shortcuts where we can. There we go. So, how was your day, Jin?
It was pretty good.
That's good.
Nothing much really happened, but it was pretty good.
You know what? Same. There we go. Wheel is done. So that means I'm going to have to erase this part of the house, or this part of wagon, and then this part of wagon. And then we're going to go to a new layer, and then do our best to draw a cylinder.
Cylinder? Oh, cylinder.
Yep.
Mm.
I don't like that tangents. I have to move it here. Yeah. Let me erase this. Then I think maybe there'll be like an axle that comes off. Like right there. And we're just gonna color that black. We don't question how the axles of Cat Wagon work. They
Yeah,
just,
it's magic.
it's Cat Wagon.
Yeah. Cat
Cat
Wagon's
Wagon.
Cat Wagon.
Yep, Cat Wagon is like Hootie from Owl House. We don't question it, because if you do, who knows what answers you'll end up finding out.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I need one here, which will extend to here, and then I need one here. So this will kind of like... I'm still struggling to hear Jen's voice. It's not even the music. Her voice is just really quiet. Okay, louder we go.
Okay.
Maxing out your voice. So that means I'm gonna just turn down my system more. There we go. That should be more audible. Try it. Alrighty. We'll take it. Alright. A couple more spokes to draw. Spooks. Because I'm using logic instead of references, this probably doesn't look very good. But I don't really care.
Fair enough.
References are helpful. Use references. Otherwise you get instances like this. So what we're gonna do about this, we're just gonna do that. Just rotate it. That's how we fix things. We just do it again. There we go. Now that looks right.
Yeah. Sorry if I'm like really quiet. I'm just trying to focus on the game right now.
No, you're fine.
Phone.
Really focusing on my drawing here. So,
Yeah.
were you able to revise the horizon line that you drew?
I couldn't really get back on last night or this morning, but I can probably do that in a moment. I'm currently in a
Alrighty.
battle right now.
Alrighty. I was just curious. Alrighty. So this should now communicate better as a wheel.
Okay, time to fix it. Drawing.
Yeah, that's looking great. So we just combine all these down. Keep our layer number as small as possible. Straight line, straight line, straight lines, more straight lines. Straight lines is how we keep perspective. Then do here to here. We do here to here. Here to here. Alrighty, and then we can clean that up. Delightful.
And my cat and dog are currently roughhousing. Okay.
Oh no.
I'm used to it. They're not hurting each other. They're just, like, grabbing at each other.
That sounds about right.
Hurry, give Bean's toy back. Jesus.
This also served as a really good way to cement Catwagon's design in my mind. Because before, Catwagon didn't really have like a fully officialized shape. It was more of just a conceptual design. But now, Catwagon's potential can be realized.
Yeah.
Do like that. Then we'll have to snag his colors from his reference. Oops.
How well do you know Pokemon?
I haven't caught up to anything past Sun and Moon. So.
Fair enough.
But anything from like Kalos back, I am like there. Well, a little bit. My memory is rusty at this point because I've barely touched Pokemon in years.
I'm just curious because right now, I'm currently trying to heal my Pokemon because Team Rocket.
And that is Catwagon drawn.
E.
So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull up Catwagon. We're using this color reference. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna select the outside. Oh, that's a flaw. Fix that real quick. There we go. Then we select. Then we control that. And then we'll go ahead and fill the entire selection for now. Let's fill it in his base color.
Okay,
Whoop.
I think I got it.
Go to here. I like just doing
better?
It. Give me one second. Straighten it out just a little bit more, and then I think you've got it perfect.
Okay. Gotcha.
But yeah, that's one thing you got to keep in mind when you're doing your backgrounds. the further you go back, the straighter it's gonna look. Remember, that's why there's that whole argument about like flat earth theory, because the earth just looks flat. We all know the earth is a cube. Sorry.
Like, so we're Minecraft.
Sorry, I'm under the theory that the earth is dinosaur shaped. I'm gonna adjust.
Yeah, Bossman got a point.
But which dinosaur though? Velociraptor.
I thought it was a T-Rex.
Yes, technically the original image is a T-Rex, but I'm going against the norm. Just for the sake of doing so.
Oh.
And then these parts are also dark brown. And then I think I'm gonna go ahead and then just fill in this part, just a dark blue color. Oop. So let's see, let's throw it in context. Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe even darker than that. Because Cat Wagon only has like one window, and I don't really care about drawing the rest of it. So let me go. Oh. And then what color did I make that? Oh, I just made it blue. Actually, yeah. Maybe we'll go with like a light cyan and just kind of like color all of this part in. Because it's like glass. So then what we can do is then we take this brush, split the window. So then it's actually keep doing that. We'll do that. Then in this section we can then do this all in like this cyan color. So what are your thoughts on Cat Wagon being bigger on the inside? Like, imagine whatnot. It would be interesting, but I don't think it's a necessary detail because realistically, Cat Wagon is massive. Like, Cat Wagon has to be at least 9 feet or bigger. Because if we're going off the idea that Vivian is like 6 feet tall, then Cat Wagon would have to be big enough to accommodate Vivian. So I don't really think we need to make Cat Wagon magically bigger because he's just big. So like I'm thinking Cat Wagon's actual like wagon part is at least like 10 or 11 feet high. And for kind of the scope, let me look up something. Average square footage of a small house. Okay, let's not do tiny. Let's do tiny house then. And there are like actual houses that people live in that are like really, really small. So I don't think Catwagon would be any more than like 225 square feet. So I'm thinking roughly 21 square meters. So like Catwagon is basically a tiny home on wheels. He might be a bit bigger than that, but in general concept, I don't think he'd probably be bigger than probably like 21 square meters. Maybe a bit bigger, because I don't know how big that is. Average room square footage. Oh, no. Yeah, if the average bedroom is already roughly that size, yeah. He's basically just one long room. Because, yeah. And I think that kind of works because, especially given the context that he was with Vivian first, one person doesn't need all that space. And if it's roughly the size of a room, like not even like a terribly big room, then I think that would work for one person. And then it's just kind of becomes acceptable that two people would just end up living there. I would definitely see that the size difference would cause conflict in some episodes, which I think would be good world or like good like basic conflict. Just like the characters are not being able to get along for a day because they're just taking up more space than they usually would, it would feel like. You know? I'm just waiting to hear Jen at all. All I hear is static. Jen has turned cryptid. Jen has become robot.
Hello?
There they are.
Hello?
Hi. You are heard. Can you hear?
I can hear you now.
Yay! So basically, I was talking about how I think the inside of Catwagon is like roughly the size of a room. where it normally would work for like one person, but it can cause episode conflicts where the size of the cat wagon is just normally not enough some days.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that would work.
I realized the mistake I made with these wheels, but I'm too lazy to fix it now.
They won't know.
Yep.
They won't know.
No one would ever know.
Aren't you like gonna cover that up anyways?
Pardon?
Or nah? Aren't you like gonna cover that up with the peep of with Vivian and Fern or nah?
Um,
Because looking back at the sketch, there is kind of like covering it up a little bit.
not enough to cover up the mistake I made. Like, Vivian is barely even intersecting with them.
Not Fern.
Yeah, we're already looking pretty good though. Next step is some basic shading. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take, see, we're getting a lot of pinks, so I think I'm gonna shade with some pinks. So let's see, because this side is not even facing the sun. This part of Cat Wagon is just all in the dark. So for right now, Cat Wagon's gonna look like Clifford.
Oh yeah. Hmm. You said it was like kind of like the 80s, right?
Yeah,
Like for like cool time wise.
yeah, roughly.
Hmm. I think I can stir up some ideas for some clothing.
Because it's not like terribly far in the past, but it's also like Europe, so it's also colder. So we don't want to go strictly off 80s. We also got to think of like our entire themed location, which is basically um Europe, the UK in the 80s.
Hmm.
So think clothing that is still warm.
So like coats and stuff.
Yeah. We can break this norm a little bit, but I wouldn't put it past these characters to have warm clothing readily accessible.
Wait, is Viv one of those people that don't get bothered by the cold?
She's a thick person, so I would say yes.
Uh,
Being a thicker person myself, you are more resilient to getting cold. However, when you are cold, it sucks, as per usual.
yeah, I have a lot of friends that are resistant to the cold at school,
So
so
yeah,
I can see it.
yeah. And the bigger you are, the easier it is just to like not be bothered by the cold. Like I still wear flip-flops and it's been like chilly here.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'd say Vivian would definitely still probably be rocking a what she normally does, if not slightly more sleeved up.
Just have more of those like thin, long sleeve sweaters.
Yeah.
Flip flops with socks. Nah, more like slides with socks. I'm wearing slides right now. Because I'm inside the house. And shit is all over the floor.
Also, ew, flip-flops and socks. Unless they are toe socks, I would never wear flip-flops with socks because like Let me show my ass for a second.
Huh?
Coming up with a foot on the spot. I hate me. Like... However, toe socks are very reasonable with flip-flops, but not so much when you get your footies all wet. That's why you're drawing my foot. Gee, no!
Okay, to be fair, I did that too before my sandals broke at the beach in the water.
My ass will,
And they're made out of fabric.
Oh, dude, fabric flip-flops are the best.
Yeah, but they break easily if they're worn down enough.
I've not had too many issues. I've had the same cloth flip-flops for years. It depends on what you're doing in your flip-flops.
I mean, everywhere in the house knows. So they're worn down over like 2 years.
Yeah.
And they finally gave out at the worst possible time. In the sand. I don't like the feeling of sand.
I had a pair of flip-flops break down because I slammed them into the concrete as I was tripping.
Oh.
Yeah.
That ain't good.
I think that'll probably be the way I break a lot of flip-flops in my life.
Fair enough.
This will be a multiply layer, bring its opacity down. When we throw it in context, I think we'll erase this back a bit more because it's the roof. Also kind of pull this back a little bit. Because either way, I'm going to throw like a gold hue on here. Don't lifestyle shame me.
Okay, for Fern's sketch that you made, it makes it look like she's like a ghost.
What, this?
No, the sketch you had for Fern. Yeah, that one. If you like put the background back on.
I don't understand what you mean.
Yeah, that.
She lacks dimension and is transparent.
Yes.
Alright, now we are on to stage 2 of shading. AKA, we're just doing it again. Actually, you know what, since I am just doing it again, duplicate. Then we're going to drop this layer down, bring it back, and then we're just going to mess with it. We're going to pull this back, we're just going to pull all of this back. Control U, bring down its darkness, bring up its saturation, bring it down even further. But we don't want to make it black. We just want to make it, and I think I want to shift it over. Okay, what's that look like as a normal layer? Yeah, that works. So this shadow layer's job is mostly to push the contrast of the shadows. So this is the one we use to build up those strengths. A block layer. We don't want it to. So we want to take away some of this stronger shadow from the light here. Ooh. Alrighty, and then what we're going to do is then we're going to take a really warm kind of orange tone. Alpha lock it, of course. And then we're just going to go and then we're going to go color dodge. Soft screen. What hue can we push this to? So I want to make it feel warm. All right. And then in a layer underneath, what we're going to do is, because we're casting some cooler shadows, multiply opacity. Let's go darker. Darken. Let's see, we're kind of having the sunlight come this way. Pretty sure that was copyrighted, but I don't care.
Oh.
Okay, there. He's a little bit more set into the world. So then we're going to come up here. And then we're going to go back to our Flora brush. And then ever so gently force him into the environment.
Should I make a height chart for the goons?
Yes. You at least put them all together.
have a height comparison website open, and it can only do 6 max.
That's okay. That's why we use Fern as like our base in terms of like keeping everyone to scale. Because if everyone's in scale with Fern, then we have no issues.
Hmm.
That's why Vivian is like twice Fern's size.
How tall is Fern?
Well, if Vivian's 6 feet tall, you figure it out.
Oh, 30 feet. Okay. He's a little lass, but we don't judge.
Nope. Mute that a little bit. There, now he looks a bit more grounded into the reality. Because he's taken a little cat nap, I figured it was probably curled up on one of his sides.
Fair enough.
Because I didn't really know how to like pose his tail that would look conducive to like his position. So we just like, you know what, his tail's just on his other side. He looks so cute being snuggled in the grass. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take his line work layer, and then we're going to grab a blue color. Maybe not a blue color. A darker red. Maybe not straight up black. And then we're going to kind of grab a warm yellowy color.
You okay, Mom? You okay? Sorry about that. I thought my mom was choking for a moment.
Oh no, that'd be bad. Maybe orange. Yellow's not looking very good. Deeper orange. Because then we kind of take. Start over. This looks terrible.
Wait, what was the table?
Recoloring line work.
Oh.
Because I want the colors to look a little bit more soft.
Mm.
There we go. Alrighty, so I think that's pretty much him done. I think I want to push the shadow a bit more. Thanks! I want the grass to look very comfy. It's cat wagon approved, after all. Alright. So now we have cat wagon as a part of the scene. I don't like how this bush looks. Ooh. I'm just reshaping it for now. Okay, so next person in our drawing is Vivian herself. So now I have to interpret this mess. I'm gonna flip the canvas just so I can see her. Yeah, proportionally she looks good. I'm gonna have to make her face look less round. She doesn't have a very round face. Oh, wait, wrong color. I went with like a dark red. Darker. One of my favorite design qualities about Vivian that I don't know if I ever ended up talking about is her nose is very much like fruit bat like. Like I unintentionally made Vivian's nose very fruit bat like. What, have you not seen fruit bats? Maybe it wasn't a fruit bat. Bat. Some bats are very cute and kind of have that a similarly like shaped nose where it's just kind of round. I don't know why I was thinking fruit bat, but like bats can be very cute, which makes sense, especially because she's a vampire.
Ish. Besides fangs.
They got itty bitty noses.
Wait, does she have fangs? Or nah?
What was your question?
Does Vivian have fangs or no?
Oh heck yeah, she does.
Ah.
Would she even be a vampire if she didn't?
Fair enough.
Do I even have a good picture of Vivian, I wonder? She's so elegant looking, I don't know if I drew her with fangs. Yeah, I haven't drawn her with fangs yet. It's not really one of her qualities she shows off very often, I would assume.
So she has like those smaller ones.
I don't think they're small, it's just not something she like goes around showing off.
Yes.
Because like some of the theories we came up with is like she had a lot of speech corrections, so that way, because thinking about it, wouldn't it be really hard to say certain characters or like certain sounds with fangs, like S's, for example, or like TH sounds? So that's kind of what we came up with. Like she has a little bit more of a formal way of speaking. Because retractable fangs. Nah, I think you can get away with not exposing your fangs if you're like used to talking a specific way. Cause like I said, one of the ideas I think we ended up having for Vivian was that she spent a lot of time like correcting how she spoke for the sake of like a concealment, because Vamp, while she probably wasn't known by face, she was known by the fact that she was a vampire, probably. Because I feel like that's something that would be bragged about a lot, that a vampire is working with King Tomato, a vampire, this, that, and the other. So I imagine whatever the original dialect vampires would have probably wouldn't share the exact same sounds. So I'd imagine the quote-unquote English sounds would thusly then be harder to pronounce. I imagine having fangs like wearing braces. That's how I imagine it's like to have fangs.
Fair enough. I used to have braces. It was a pain in the ass.
Exactly, and that's kind of how I imagine it is for vampires to speak. It's not a comfortable language. So I'd imagine when she was learning to speak, let's just call it human or common if you want to do D&D. So her like T's would be very much pronounced, I would think. So kind of like leaning into a more British dialect sound. Or European, I guess, because actually no, it's just everywhere that isn't the US. Everyone else pronounces their T's. We pronounce them as D's. So like if you go to the UK, they pronounce butter as butter.
Butter.
Butter butter. Ethan's better with butter. But yeah, that's an example of something that I was thinking about for her character. Yeah, so like I'm thinking it's not really much, it's noticeable if you're a person that's not used to hearing those type of things being pronounced. Otherwise, so like with the T's would definitely be one that I don't think is would be noticeable to like a European audience, but definitely to like an American audience. Mostly because it would be a very pronounced sound where it usually isn't. And probably THs would be a hard sound to sometimes do. I don't know. Depends on realistically how long would have had Vivian been working with humans. But those are things I remember thinking about early on in our development of this iteration of Vivian. This sounds about right. Actually, yeah, I'm doing that one wrong. That one wouldn't appear. Maybe. Gotta ask them though. I'm having a lot of fun drawing Vivian right now. And I don't think it'd be like out of the question for someone to like double voice. Like I'd be down to do like my Sozo voice for another character. What if Marzano sounded like how I do Sozo from Cult of the Lamb? That would be hilarious. So during Cult of the Lambs, I do the some of the voice acting myself. The only one that has stayed relatively consistent is a character in the game called Sozo. And so basically it's like Sozo. My roommate comes back just as I say that. Hi. She's studying elsewhere. If I'm correct, she went to Baxter. We'll go fetcheth her.
My professor actually earned a few. Oh, holy fudge nuggets.
Things are looking good. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get some shadows going. So I need to figure out what color I used. I don't really care. We're just gonna kind of go with this samey color. So we're gonna first we're just gonna kind of like blast one side of her with shadow. There we go. So that's our multiply, reduce opacity. All right, now we can go on to our more cell shading, which is basically we're gonna block out her hair. Make sure to alpha lock the layer. Boop. Let's see. Throw our colors back in. That is the multiply layer. Throw in the other shadow. And she feels more incorporated into her scene. She's still basically floating in the background, but we'll add her grass here in a second. Because I just realized I never gave highlights to my boy here. So some orangey color. She looks super tired. That's kind of the idea of the scene. It's kind of meant to have some. This is some tired energy that I'm kind of bringing here. Like, they probably got into some antics today, so they're all like super tired. I guess. Why not? I'm having a nice time. I should be able. I should go as hard as I so feel. Gee, Gee, are you forgetting that this was my sketch? This is how this started. My sir, I have been going hard at this since even before I started this stream. I want to create a piece I'm happy to have made, and I am doing it, and no one can stop me. Oh no, you're quiet. Yeah, you're super quiet. I think you either need to come closer or turn up your mic sensitivity. There you are.
Yeah, I just don't want to breathe on the mic.
I think you'll be fine. I didn't pick up any breathing before. I want to blend this out a little bit more. It looks awkward. I love your energy. Okay, save. Okay, then we can bring all that back in. Come back to Vivian. So then I want to come back with this color. Oh, eraser. Okay, then we do a new layer. That's kind of just some gentle highlighting in her hair. I'll push this cell shading a little bit. Bring this back a little bit. And bring this down a little bit. Alrighty, so then we come underneath of Viv. Take like a nice
Pimple.
What do you want, Bean? Yes. You know what? I'm gonna play a horror game while this game's going.
My roommates came back and then they just left. I was chatting with them while they were here.
Mm.
I'm having a nice time. Vivian came out really well.
Yeah.
Understandable. This angle is very awkward. I'm trying. We got her head.
Nice.
Just so Vivian and Catwag get in here. I think her chest would end up coming up. She's so cute.
What do you want to talk about?
I should probably add Fern or Gully and Tiger, huh? I forgot about them in my sketch.
You might have been a little doodle for them.
What?
You could probably doodle them in or something.
Oh yeah, they'll be easy to draw in. I just forgot about them in my original concept. There we go.
And I got jump scared. Okay.
Oh no.
Ah. Yeah, be what you want.
I think I've been listening to too much Japanese music lately. Because I have a Japanese song stuck in my head. What do you mean?
Hmm?
Oki was like, what's going on with your audio? Probably because I was going but
Oh.
I confused the gi with but yep, but sometimes you just gotta make a little but yeah, this looks really good. Yeah. I think I'm gonna make the shadows under them stronger though.
Colors.
Now what I think I want to do, take like this spot. There we go. And then take like a soft green yellow.
would. Get my headset. Please. Thank you.
Alrighty, I think this drawing is just about done. Quick group. Add filter mask. Oh, right, mice. Let's get those done. I don't even know where to put them. Let's construct them real quick. I think the battery in my pen is dying. This is an issue. My battery in my pen is dying.
No.
Wheel. I wonder if this battery is any good. What are the odds that I just happen to have a battery on hand? Because it's either...
I'll be right back. I need to use the restroom.
I don't know if... I don't think it would be the nib. I'd see no reason why it would be the nib. There we go. Don't know what it was, but it now works. There you go. Alrighty. So let's see. The mice are small. We could have. You can have a mouse there. Oops, I forgot to put that back. So I guess that can work. He's so small. Okay. There, the mice have been added. Alrighty. So let's kind of take a good look. It's very nice. It looks great. It feels so warm and relaxed. His ears are out of control. he's just doing a little droop. He's like Fern's arm is a pillow, and I am now cozy. Such a good image. Alrighty, so this was a good 3-hour stream. We spent the entire time making just this, and it looks fantastic. So I'm gonna go ahead and save this as a PNG. Ooh. And I guess that's our stream. We did a great job.
Okay, I'm back. What's up?
I finished the drawing.
Oh, nice. Looks great.
Alrighty. And I think with that, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up stream because I should be going to bed here pretty soon.
And what time is it over there right now?
It's currently 10 o'clock.
Oh. Damn.
Yep. It was a nice 3-hour stream.
Yeah.
And I got my nice drawing done. It looks great. I'm so happy. But anyway, I hope you guys have a good night. Have the loveliest of sleeps. Have the goodest of foods. And have the most spookiest of seasons. Bye-bye.